Greetings and salutations, smart birders, and welcome back to the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Case 2. I don't know, what's it called? Oh, The Adventure of the Unbreakable Speckled Band. Last time, Azuma was murdered, presumably. As is tradition with Ace Attorney games, your mentor is murdered. In Case 2. Ugh. Hate that trope. With Naruhodo being the only suspect because he was trapped in Kazuma's closet, and what's it? Herlock Sholmes? Was it? Declared us Russian and the murderer. So, and now we need to present, oh yeah, and, Inspector, what's his name? How do I get to profiles? Inspector Hosonaga is undercover here to be Kazuma's guard, which he failed, unfortunately. Yes, Herlock Sholmes. Age 34, apparently. Alright, so now we gotta present him evidence to get the right to investigate the room next door, which we presume has evidence of further foul play. Ah, this is the paper seal that was stuck over the wardrobe doors this morning, isn't it? That's right. They tried to stop the cabin steward opening it and discovering me. Would it have been better to write it in English if you didn't know Russian? Maybe, but a food on paper amulets like this are part of our culture, Inspector. And I thought if I made it look creepy enough, people would be too scared to want to look inside. It isn't easy being a stowaway, is it? Wait, what? Is that not the evidence to prove that we could not have killed him? What's that? It's Kazuma's diary. Oh gosh, he has like a British accent for some reason. Just before he died, Kazuma-sama wrote something rather strange in his diary. Strange? In what way? He wrote, "What looks like some kind of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill." Speckled band? That is strange. Yes, we're trying to work out what he meant by that. But what I'd like to know is... Don't tell me. The ventilator, is it? You're very astute, Inspector. That ventilator clearly joins to the next door cabin. That's right. If we could investigate in there, we might be able to work out what the speckled band was. Alright then. I can't leave this cabin at the moment. I'm stuck here until we arrive at the next port. The captain has given me strict orders to guard the scene of the crime, you see. I'll have to entrust the investigation to you. Really? You're willing to do that? Yes. As long as you don't leave the first-class cabin area, I'm afraid I can't remove those handcuffs, though. Oh, that's entirely different inflection. Yes, as long as you don't leave the first-class area. Yes, as long as you don't leave the first-class cabin area. I'm afraid I can't remove those handcuffs, though. But what about the captain? Aren't you going against his direct orders?
I'm a man of my word. And I promise you that I'll lay my life on the line, if that's what it takes to convince the captain. After all, I failed to keep Asogi-san safe. This is the least I can do. Thank you. Let's seize the moment then, Naruhodo-san. Just select move and we can leave this cabin at last.
Move. Alright, let's see what we can find out. Let's see what he has to say about the crime scene photo. Have you seen this photograph yet, Inspector?
Oh dear. Are you alright, Inspector? Yes, sorry. I'm fine. I was hoping to hide my upset with a fit of coughing and sputtering. I'm usually very good at it. But trying to stifle my feelings seems to have stifled my cough this time. It's all so sad. Asogi-san was such a promising young man. The Empire has such high hopes for him. I had such high hopes for him, even though I'm just a detective.
We're all going to miss you, Kazuma. I hope he's just paralyzed and not actually dead. But this is like that would be like the second case of poison involved then. Can I show you this newspaper, Inspector?
I'm sorry, but I can't read Russian very well.
Oh no, that's alright. I know what it says.
So, you just want to point out your university-level linguistic talents, is that it?
Sorry?
Nothing like me with my regular schooling? You're something much greater. Is that what you were trying to say?
Sorry. Forgot I mentioned it. Don't think I'm gonna get a different response from this one. Nope, okay, yep, same one. Yes, the first class passes away. The passageway that connects the first class cabins on the SS Bureau. That's a large rat trap. 9th of January, 17:48 a.m. SS Bureau first class cabin passageway. Whew, I'm finally out of that cabin. I have to admit, this isn't quite what I was expecting. It's less spacious out here than I thought it would be. And this is the most luxurious accommodation.
Yes, indeed. Kazuma-sama was being sent on the study tour by the government. That's why he was being put up in a first-class cabin. Even still, this is about twice as large as my accommodation in steerage.
Really? That must be awful. Oh, look, over there. That's another crewman keeping watch. And he looks enormous, even if he's sitting down.
The door next to him leads to the second-class accommodation. I suppose he's making sure that no one comes in here who shouldn't be. Who shouldn't.
I suppose. Like people in handcuffs?
Naruhodo-san, you look like a little boy visiting a toy shop for the first time. I would have thought you'd be used to the ship by now. We've been at sea for 2 weeks already.
Well, yes, I know. But the thing is, I was inside Kazuma's trunk when we first came aboard. And ever since then, I've been shut up inside that little wardrobe.
It must have been a very trying time for you.
Please, don't give me that pitying look.
This looks like a plan for the Esburia. It shows each deck, look. The Buria is a large-scale steamship with a triple-skin hull. What a marvel of engineering. Well, it's been playing on my mind for a while now, actually, but how is it such a large lump of metal doesn't just sink to the bottom of the ocean? Oh, that's really quite simple, Naruhodo-san. It is? Well, just consider the Japanese archipelago. The islands of Japan? Yes. They're not metal, but they are enormous lumps of earth, many times larger than the ship. And they don't think, do they? They've been floating happily on the sea since the gods created them. Well, I suppose so. Okay, she is not a woman of science. Or at least physics. That's a huge book on top of the table there. And there's a pen next to it. Yes, that looks like the ship's log. Shall we have a little look through it? The writing is so neat and precise. Every detail about the voyage has been meticulously recorded. You wouldn't expect a rough and ready sailor to have such beautiful handwriting. And nothing. No reaction at all. I thought you might appreciate the compliment. I mean, we're speaking Japanese, aren't we? I'm not sure that rough and ready is much of a compliment, Naruhodo-san. Even to a sailor. Anyway, last night's log is mostly blank. Presumably that means there was nothing to report. That's the way to the second-class area of the ship. Is something wrong? I was thinking about making a run for it. Just for a moment. Things aren't exactly going well for me. I might be wrong, but I imagine the moment you reach for the handle of the door, that burly seaman would surely shoot you dead. Oh dear. I'm sorry. Perhaps I went a little too far there. No, I started with my talk of running away. And there's no way I could run away while Kazuma's death remains a mystery anyway. Excuse me, but could I ask you something? What is with his face? I just realized that. You little stowaway murderer! That wasn't a good start, was it? Alright, let me try instead. Good day, Mr. Sailor. I'm so sorry to trouble you, but could I perhaps ask something of you? You little third-class lady's maid. Oh. We seem to have caught this sailor on a bad day, Susawa-san. I am not sailor. My mother gave me name. I am senior crewman, Biff Stroganov. Phew. The best thing is just to avoid eye contact, I think. The first class cabin area. Mr. Stroganov, about this first class cabin area. Here we are in finest part of Buria steamship for very important persons. What sort of very important persons? Government officials, kings and queens traveling in secret. Many important persons. That is why I'm always guarding this place. Gosh, that's amazing. But somehow I let stupid stowaway inside. I want to pick you up and throw you in the ocean. But Stroganov is not an animal. Thank you? If I may, I was wondering, is the cabin next to Mr. Asogi's currently occupied? Da. Susawa-san, did you understand that? It sounded like da. I think it's probably Russian for yes. Or no.
Genius. It is not permitted to visit other cabins without invitation. Well, it sounds like there is somebody in the next door cabin at least.
Yes. It's tantalizing.
About the pasture in the next door cabin. Could you tell us who's traveling in the cabin next to Mr. Asogi's? His name is Mr. Grimsby Roylott. He is very important Western gentleman.
A Western gentleman?
Do not think about it. He has nothing to do with the murder of student boy. How can you be so sure about that? Mr. Roylott is authentic Western gentleman. Such a man would have no interest in lowly student from insignificant Far East Islands. That was harsh.
Could you tell us when Mr. Roylott came aboard?
That is not your business.
Come to think of it. Even though we've been at sea for 2 weeks now, and I've been in Kazuma's cabin the entire time, I've never once heard anything from the next door cabin, or even felt like there's anyone there. Well, presumably, since this gentleman is occupying one of the first-class cabins, he must be rather important. Is that right?
That is not your business. About last night. Are you on watch here all the time, Seaman Stroganoff? Da, all the time. So criminals like you cannot come in. Or get out.
I wonder, could you tell us anything about last night at all?
It is sad about student boy.
Were you on watch last night as well?
Of course.
And did you notice anything at the time?
Anything unusual? Niet! Susawa-san, did you understand that?
It was clearly a no.
I saw nothing unusual. Nothing at all.
And you didn't hear any strange noises, or sense anything was wrong in some way?
I said no.
Sorry. I'm not so sure. I could have sworn that he wouldn't catch my eye for a moment there.
Missed something. This is enough. I cannot say more now. Oh. It is time for me to report to Captain. You must return to cabin. Yes, alright. Bulkhead in second class area is staying locked at all times. You escape when the lobster whistle on top of the mountain. Or as English say, when pigs fly. You escape when the lobster whistles on top of the mountain. Or as English say, when the pigs fly.
Yes, I understand. Good. We can investigate this area properly, shall we?
Definitely.
This is it. This is the cabin next to ours. The one the ventilator connects to. Yes, the ventilator from which Kazuma-sama wrote that he saw a speckled band emerging. Maybe whoever's in this cabin can help solve that particular mystery. Let's ask. No answer. We're out of luck, it seems. There's no one in there to help with our inquiries. How annoying.
No, that's not intractable. That's fine.
Ah, a trap for catching mice.
Yes, we have plenty of those back home in Japan. Although, they seem to be using a large lump of chalk or something as bait.
Let me see. Yes, I think that's what is called cheese. It's made from the milk of cows.
Cheese? I wonder what that tastes like.
You can't eat it, Naruhodo-san. The trap will snap shut on your fingers.
Really? But... I suppose you're right.
You weren't actually going to try it, were you?
All I've had to eat for the past couple of weeks is Kazuma's leftovers. You don't know how you don't know how hungry I've been in that wardrobe.
Call you. I'll find a little snack for you later.
I appreciate it. What do you think this is? It's a very pleasing shape, isn't it?
That's the emergency alarm. It's probably best not to touch it.
Oh, an alarm.
It says, press only in times of emergency. It looks as though it says alarm bells ringing all over the ship, and brings the vessel to a complete stop.
Oh, this I have to see.
What are you doing, Naruhodo-san? You mustn't touch it.
But this is an emergency situation. Just look at these handcuffs.
You know full well that's not what the alarm is for. If you were to bring the vessel to a standstill for no good reason, you'd be in an even worse situation.
I wish everything would just stop. This ship included.
If you have to do something foolish, at least make it something that doesn't affect anyone else.
Ah! What was that? It came from inside the cabin.
Such a high-pitched scream. It must have been a woman.
Stand aside. Oh.
I'm about to break the door down. Mr. Sholmes.
I shan't be stopped. When the fit is on me, I revel in kicking doors off their hinges.
Please, wait, Mr. Sholmes. The door doesn't appear to be bolted.
It doesn't. Then how the deuce can I dispatch this muscular urge? What, pray, can I kick? I think we should go in. There's no time to think about stress relief. "9th January, SS Buria, first class, cabin, number 2. Who are you? Western gentleman? This man looks Russian to me. We heard a woman scream. A woman! Don't be absurd. As you can see, there's nobody but me in this cabin. True. This old man does appear to be the only person in here. But in that case, who just screamed? Get out! All of you! Now!
Please excuse the intrusion, but you're Mr. Grimsby Roylott, I believe.
Yes, that's me. And you are?
I am the one and only, the actual Herlock Sholmes. You've heard of me, no doubt.
No.
I am a great detective among great detectives. One who adorns the cover of popular magazines, no less. So, I assure you, you may trust me completely.
The man uses that magazine like a business card. A detective? I do not trust detectives.
We distinctly heard a scream emanating from within these walls. But there wouldn't appear to be a lady concealing herself within the wardrobe this time. So might I be so bold as to ask you to open that small traveling case?
What? Don't be stupid. How could anyone fit in a small trunk like that?
Well, it's quite fashionable these days, is it not? Traveling inside one's trunk.
Don't look at me. It's moving?
Oh my. Did you see that, Mr. Naruhodo?
Yes, the case just shook. Leave, now. Otherwise, I'll call the steward.
So this is Cosmo's neighbor, Mr. Grimsby Roylott. There's no doubt about it. This strange Russian man is hiding something. I couldn't agree more. Let's see if we can find some clues before that burly sailor returns.
Okay. What do you think you're doing? This is my cabin. Get out.
Could we have just a quick look inside your traveling case, perhaps?
No.
Ah, what a pity. I think we're out of luck.
I think you're right.
There doesn't appear to be anything more we can do.
I agree.
But there may be someone else who can help.
Perhaps that great detective can get somewhere with Mr. Roylott. Yeah, it triggers all the checks in. Do you have a moment, please, Mr. Sholmes?
You need only address me as Sholmes.
That's what I just did, isn't it? Well, Mr. Sholmes, what were you doing in there?
Why, I was resting, of course. Resting? Indeed. I was contemplating our sea voyage from the confines of the wardrobe whilst waiting. Waiting for the inevitable time that you would need to call my great powers of detection into service. Oh! And it would seem that the hour is upon us now. The time has come. Am I mistaken?
Well, no, actually. You're spot on. For once.
Observe closely. Our Russian host in this cabin, Mr. Roylott, is clearly trying to hide something. And do you know what is the most effective weapon to use against a Russian hiding a secret? Why? The truth, of course. Though it should be pointed out that such methods are not exclusively for Russians.
Right.
Can you imagine how the Russian will react when the secret he guards so closely is exposed? Would you like to witness it? Oh yes, please. Well then, what you are about to see may very well astound you. For I'm about to apply my great detective's greatly admired great deduction to the case.
That's the missing ballerina, isn't it? It's totally a disguise.
Could this man be a more hackneyed portrayal of a dubious Russian, I ask you?
What?
From time to time, it occurs to me. Is the fellow dubious on account of his is the fellow dubious on account of his Russianness, or Russian on account of his dubiousness?
I really don't think either of those things should be occurring to you. Or anyone. Racist.
That's right. And Mr. Sholmes? I know this man's beard and dark glasses are hard to ignore, especially on first meeting, but I once read, it is a common mistake to theorize before you have all the evidence. It biases the judgment. Shush! I must have complete silence.
What are you doing? Why are you peering at my face like that?
Ah, just as I thought. Yes, I have quite made up my mind now.
Hmm?
There can be no other explanation that accommodates all the facts. Mr. Warlot, I have reached two incontrovertible conclusions.
What do you mean?
Number 1, your true identity is that of a villain.
Wow.
Using those shears, you're about to end the existence of something most dear. Are you not?
Huh.
And number 2, the other conclusion I have drawn, you are, at this very moment no less, in the midst of committing a most grievous crime. Beneath that beard, your mouth quivers with nervous tension as you realize you have been discovered. Does it not?
No.
Oh, Naruhodo-san. I never imagined I would witness one of Mr. Sholmes' great deductions with my own eyes.
That was a great deduction?
Nothing can deceive Mr. Sholmes. In a single glance, he can deduce all there is to know about a person.
What? That ineffable twaddle?
Oh yes, I read about it countless times in the Adventures of Herlock Sholmes. And now I've experienced the astonishing impact of his great deductions. Firsthand. This is like a dream come true.
I can hardly believe it, but all the color has drained from Mr. Roylet's face. It looks like somehow both of Mr. Sholmes' conclusions were right. How? How could you?
How could I possibly know such things? You wish to say? Very well then. I shall elucidate. I shall explain how it was that I arrived at this pair of conclusions. So I do cordially invite you upon a journey of logical discovery. Let us board the train of reasoning. Put plainly, let us work through my deductions together.
The great deduction!
The game is afoot. Topic 1. Old man's identity. So, the dubious-looking Russian, Mr. Roylet, obviously what catches the eye in the first place is a noticeable pair of shears in your hand. Now, we ask ourselves, what could you possibly want with such implement? The answer, of course, is staring us in the face. You are on the verge of using the shears to cut away the copious beard you sport. Now, moving on. The question then begs this. Why would you desire to rid yourself of this magnificent beard, Mr. Roylet? Once again, the answer is plain. We have clear evidence to shed light on the matter. Regard, if you will, this morning's newspaper. In particular, the fascinating front page article, which it would appear you have also read. You have read also, Mr. Roylet. I'm sure it needs no further clarification. The evidence that reveals your true identity is the article about the revolutionary. In translation, the headline reads, "Revolutionary villain Bolshevik flees Russia via Shanghai. As you cannot fail to observe, the subject of the article possesses an extremely copious beard. Having noted the article yourself, you decide to remove your incriminating facial hair before it gave you away. In short, your true identity is beyond a doubt. You are the fearsome Russian revolutionary himself, villain Bolshevik. Not that I've heard of you myself, you understand.
Conclusion. A revolutionary on the run. Topic 2. Wrongdoing.
Now, as for my second conclusion. You are, at this very moment, on the brink of committing a most grievous crime. And the proof of this crime? Over there. Oh yes, Mr. Rowlett. Taken unawares, people have a propensity to let their eyes stray, you see.
Oh.
And I assure you, the eyes speak so much more eloquently and honestly than the mouth. The answer we seek lies where the furtive glance falls. The proof of your crime sits before our very eyes. Yes, that traveling case. It is time, I think, that the case be opened and its contents laid bare.
No, I refuse.
What could you possibly be concealing inside, we ask? By my estimation, a young lady, perhaps? One slight enough to fit therein?
Don't be absurd.
And what, pray, would the identity of this young lady in the traveling... and what, pray, would be the identity of this young lady in the traveling case? Dear me. We are not well suited for a life of crime, are we? Your careless coup d'olé betrays you. Once again, we need only follow your furtive glance to find the answer. Yes, the reason you refuse to open your traveling case can equally be found in the pages of this newspaper. For there's another, most stimulating article. If we turn from the fleeing revolutionary to the back page. Renowned prima ballerina of the Novovich Ballet disappears from Shanghai. Such a headline can lead us to but one conclusion. Your crime is that of abduction. And according to the article, the young lady's name is Nikolina Pavlova.
Conclusion. Kidnapping of a young ballerina.
Thus concludes Sherlock Holmes' great deduction of this Russian enigma. Elemensky.
He's insane, right? I'm not just crazy here? That sounds completely wrong. Susao-san, that wasn't one of the great deductions I've been hearing so much about, was it? It's the same shit he said to me.
Well, the stories are full of Mr. Sholmes' brilliant deductions, you know. But that did seem a little different somehow.
Excuse me, Mr. Sholmes. Could you come over here for a moment?
Pray, what can I do for you?
It's about your deductions. Would you mind?
Not at all. Go on.
Well, to start with, there's a newspaper article. I think we had the same discussion before, but these two men look nothing unlike each other. These two men look nothing like each other. I don't know why I put unlike there.
Ah, yes. I recall our discussion earlier. And at the time, I believe I told you that the man is a revolutionary, well able to revolutionize his own appearance. In fairness to Mr. Sholmes, Mr. Roylott does look a lot more like this man than you do.
That's not the point.
And another thing! The part about him abducting the ballerina. Indeed, a truly startling revelation. At first glance, the case would appear too small to accommodate a young woman.
Not just at first glance, it is too small. Clearly.
You'd be lucky to fit a 5-year-old child in that case,
even if you push really hard.
I don't suppose the missing ballerina is a 5-year-old child, is she? You mean you don't know? No, the young lady is 15.
No, I didn't know. How could I?
Well, if she's 15, then 10 years worth of her, 10 years worth of her would be poking out of the case. Some years ago, I read something pertinent, I believe. A troop of men consuming vinegar daily in order to promote a certain lethalness in their bodies.
Vinegar?
For such a sour bunch, it would surely be simplicity itself to contort oneself into the confines of that small case. Oh dear. You might be thinking of contortionists in the circus, Mr. Sholmes.
Ugh. This whole thing is turning into a circus.
Mr. Naruhodo, something occurred to me about Mr. Sholmes' deduction just now. I think his powers of observation are, well, magical. His eyes cut to the heart of a matter almost instantly. It's just where he directs his attention and his logic that seems a little off.
Your idea of a little may be a little off itself, Miss Susato.
It's just one or two keywords in his deductions that seem to let him down. So I was wondering if we might perhaps tactfully switch them for alternatives. What do you think?
Switch some keywords in his deductions.
Yes, but very tactfully. I feel sure if we could do that, we'd unlock the true genius of Mr. Sholmes' great deduction. Precisely the thought that was going through my own mind.
This man is a lot of work.
Times I wonder how anyone puts up with me. Ha 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 ha!
It's not that funny.
Ah, and you, my good fellow.
Sorry?
Take a moment to look at your wrists.
My wrist?
What? Where are your handcuffs?
Huh? How? How did...
I thought they may hinder your ability to follow me in our dance of deduction.
I don't believe it. Oh wait, didn't he own those handcuffs?
Mr. Sholmes, you are a marvel.
Ah.
And don't worry, I shall restore the shackles to your wrists when we are finished.
I'm not worried. In fact, I'd rather stay like this.
So, let's begin. Sherlock Sholmes is proud to present his logic and reasoning spectacular.
Course correction.
Hold it, Mr. Sholmes!
Topic 1. Old man's identity.
So, the dubious-looking Russian, Mr. Roylott, obviously what catches the eye in the first place, is an enormous pair of shears in your hand. Now, we ask ourselves, what could you possibly want with such an implement? The answer, of course, is staring us in the face. You were on the verge of using the shears to cut away the copious beard you sport. I'm not sure. Would you really use shears like that to cut off a beard?
I doubt that's something I'll ever have to worry about. It doesn't quite sit right with me, though.
It doesn't seem to be sitting right with Mr. Roylott either. Which means, I suppose, that the deduction is wrong. Let's try to switch a keyword here, Mr. Naruhodo-san, and see if it helps matters.
Alright.
But how? I think we should start by taking a long, hard look at Mr. Roylott.
I wonder if it's really his beard that he intends to use those shears on.
Exactly. If we manage to find something that seems to fit the sense of Mr. Showump's deduction better,
Then what?
then I'll leave the rest to your in your capable hands, Mr. Naruhodo-san.
Why am I the one to do something about this? Well, anyway, let's see if there's anything we could do. Let's see if there's anything we could even use to switch around in that last sentence. What exactly was Mr. Roylott really going to use those enormous shears for? What would he use? Why would he use it on his hat?
yes!
Thick hat! For years, you have been on the run in your homeland, and that hat has never left your head. As a result, it's almost unbelievably, your thick beard has woven itself inextricably together with your hat. But now you have an itch. Somehow you must reach it, even if that means cutting the hat off.
What precisely was your intention of that, Mr. Naruhodo?
Just following the natural progression of the deduction. Sometimes the truth hurts.
Well, the truth is, you do not have a turn for observation or deduction. Did that hurt?
Yes, a lot. What was that bearded Russian planning to cut off those enormous shears?
If we look carefully enough, perhaps we'll notice something that will give us a clue. We need to approach this from every angle. We must consider all possibilities.
That's easy to say, but alright, let's see if we can work it out. If it wasn't his beard, what was the man thinking of cutting? Oh, they did not tell me I could move with the D-pad. His long, golden locks? What's this?
It looks like a cascade of stunning golden locks.
No, the color is not the point. The point is, what's it doing on the back of Mr. Roylott's head? And how is it growing out from underneath his thick black hair?
Well, yes, that's true. It's so stunningly beautiful and stunningly surprising.
Something's definitely not right here.
Yes!
You're on the verge of using the shears to cut away the golden locks you sport.
Indeed, you have identified the precise detail I was intending to expose.
Why don't you just hide it under your coat?
Such lush golden hair certainly does not befit an old man.
You're not a man at all. You're a woman. And judging from the length and sheen of your hair,
One still very much in her youth.
oh no. If only I had managed to cut off my hair, no one would have suspected.
The question then begged is this: why would you desire to rid yourself of these magnificent locks? Once again, the answer is plain. we have clear evidence to shed light on the matter. I'm sure it needs no further clarification. The evidence that reveals your true identity is the article about the revolutionary.
Well, that was a shock.
I had no idea the old man was really a young woman in disguise. Did you?
Yes. What? Why are you staring at me like that?
Yes, it was a surprise, Naruto-san. You're enjoying this, aren't you?
Sorry?
You look like you're in your element as you dance around the room, deducing the facts with Mr. Sholmes.
I'm just doing what we agreed. I'm not having fun or anything. This is strictly business. Not strictly
Yes, I understand. Say no more.
Well, anyway, let's focus on this next part of Mr. Sholmes' deduction, shall we? The evidence that he's picked out doesn't fit the facts at all now.
No, that's true. Given that Mr. Royla is actually a woman.
Exactly. He, or rather she, can't possibly be this merciless revolutionary.
I suppose it's because the deduction as a whole has taken a different direction now.
Yes.
Let's switch the evidence for something else. Something that fits the facts as we now understand them.
For some reason, this woman needed to try to hide her true identity. I feel as though I've either read or heard about a young woman in a situation like that recently. Alright, I'll do my best.
Yes!
The evidence that reveals your true identity is of course, the article about the ballerina. That's right.
That's right. You've hit the nail on the head. Renowned prima ballerina of Novovich Ballet disappears from Shanghai. It would appear we are finally able to address you by your true name.
Yes, because your true identity is that of Novovich Ballet's prima ballerina.
Miss Nikolina Pavlova.
Ew. That could have been bad. So pretty. So evil. Wait, how did her chest pop out? Like lose a pillow down there?
You're right. My real name is Nina. I mean, Nikolina Pavlova. But please, I beg you, don't tell anyone.
Old man's identity? A ballerina on the run. Solved! Topic number 2, wrongdoing.
Now, as for my second conclusion, you are, at this very moment, on the brink of committing a most grievous crime. And the proof of this crime? Over there. Oh yes, Miss Pavlova. Taken unawares, people have a propensity to let their eyes stray, you see. Ah, and I assure you, the eye speaks so much more eloquently and honestly than the mouth. The answer we seek lies where the figurative glance falls. The proof of your crime sits before our very eyes. Yes, that traveling case.
This woman is the ballerina, and she's right in front of our eyes. Oh, yeah, it is the ballerina.
So clearly she can't be inside the traveling case as well. No, that's right. It seems she wasn't abducted at all. In which case, what is the crime this young woman is apparently committing? I can see myself going to have to step in and fix the great detective's mistake again. You seem to look pleased, Naruhodo-san. Do you like the idea of another chance to dance around with Mr. Sholmes? Stop it. Anyway, there must be something else here that shows what this woman is up to. The tiara! I didn't even see that.
Yes!
The proof of your crime is surely this tiara. Ah! I believe this tiara is worn on stage by dancers in the Novich Ballet, is it not? Indeed. It would appear to be identical to the tiara pictured here in this newspaper article. And if the reporting is to be believed, it's an item worth 20,000 rupees. In summary, the crime you have committed is theft. Oh no. Yes, you left your ballet troupe, unlawfully taking their precious tiara with you. Ugh! I have no one, no family, no friends. I am all alone, and I need money. But I did not steal the tiara. It was a present from, how do you say, an earl of Prussia. It belongs to me. This girl is only 15 years old, and she's run away all by herself. She must have been extremely lonely. Alright, I will tell you everything. There is no point in hiding it now. Come, let's not be hasty. What? There remains one unsolved mystery about you. Mystery? What do you mean? You have starkly refused to open this traveling case of yours in our presence. It is reasonable to conclude, therefore, that there exists some reason why you wish it to remain closed. Is that not so, Miss Pavlova? My dear girl, there is no sense in playing games with me. Nothing escapes my attention. Indeed, I have a very good idea of the contents of your case, even before I have ever laid eyes on them. Dear me, we are not well suited for a life of crime, are we? Your careless coup d'oeil betrays you. Once again, we need only follow your furtive glance to find the answer. Yes, the reason why you refuse to open your case is written in the books on the shelf. He's completely changed tack with his deduction now. I think Mr. Sholmes is adapting his logic to the changing circumstances, don't you? Maybe, but why has he suddenly brought the bookshelf into all this? It's just a wild guess, surely. Oh, do you think so? Well, it doesn't seem likely that the reason why this young woman doesn't want to open her case would have been written in a book that doesn't even belong to her. Yes, that's true, but still, Miss Pavlova certainly did cast her eyes in that direction. I noticed it myself. Then there has to be another reason why he won't open her case. And it must be somewhere in the same area, if that's where her gaze was involuntarily drawn to. I agree. That's the only answer. Wherever she has hidden inside that case should be revealed by following her gaze in the direction of the bookcase.
Oh, the rules of passage, right.
Yes!
Yes, the reason why you refuse to open your case is written in the rules of passage. Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their cabins. Pets are also strictly forbidden. Inside that case of yours is something forbidden from carriage on this vessel. That is the real reason why you refuse to open it, thus revealing its contents. As we've seen, the trunk wobbles from time to time, but no weapon or other dangerous item would move of its own accord. Which leaves but one possibility, Miss Pavlova. Inside your traveling case is the last item listed as forbidden in the vessel's rules of passage. A pet. Ugh!
Possession of a prohibited animal. Solved. Deduction complete. Elementary.
So clearly, you aren't who you said you were.
No, I am not Grimsby Roulette. My real name is Nikolina Pavlova. Everything you said was correct.
You absconded during one of your ballet company's performances in order to escape your homeland. Later that same night, you stole aboard this vessel, which couldn't have been easy. The Buria is a huge steamship with a vast crew. Could you really have stuck on board without being noticed? In order to obscure your true identity, you somewhat recklessly took the guise of an old gentleman, and you intend to sever all links with your past by severing your long hair. Yet, to a woman, hair is no trifling matter. My personal recommendation is to leave well alone. So, it was just you, about to cut off your own hair. Who was it that let out the scream we heard from outside the cabin? That veritable tinkling of a bell? Why, none other than this young lady, naturally. More like a full set of pipes, if you ask me.
I was so scared when I ran away in Shanghai. I was sure they would come looking for me. That's why I decided to, how do you say, disguise myself. So no one would recognize me. As a result, you transform yourself into that questionable old man? I see. I put on the fur hat and fake beard. Then, just before you came in, I saw in the newspaper. Right on the page, there was a picture of me. I was so frightened, I couldn't stop from screaming. I knew if I didn't change my appearance completely, they would find me. So I decided to cut all my hair as fastly as possible. I picked up the scissors in my hand and...
At that precise moment, we walked in through the annoyingly unlocked cabin door. Things happen like that sometimes, don't they? Things do indeed happen like that, from time to time. Are those two even talking about the same thing? There's just one more thing I'd like to know. What exactly do you have inside your traveling case?
You're right. You're right. It is my dear friend inside. My only friend in the whole world. Please, don't tell anyone. If the captain finds out, if you say to any of the crew,
your secret is safe with us, I assure you. But in return, you must tell us, in as much detail as you can muster, about the events of last night.
yes, alright, I would tell you.
Well, Mr. Naruhodo? Was this something? Mr. Sholmes' great deduction?
It was certainly something. Yes. I'm just not entirely sure what. Well, at least Miss Pavlova has agreed to tell us what she knows. That's incredible.
Indeed, it is incredible. Ah, and one more thing.
Oh, yes? What?
Observe your wrists.
My... God damn it!
Ah, your hands. They're cuffed again.
What? But how?
True to my word, I have restored your shackles.
When? And why?
There is still a shadow of guilt cast over you, Mr. Naruhodo. I'm sorry to say, it can't be helped at the moment.
Can't it? Really?
Anyway, let's listen to what Miss Pavlova has to say. I can't go on not knowing. I had to find out what the speckled band that Kazuma-sama wrote about in his diary really was.
What happened last night? Did you know that someone was killed in the cabin next door to this one last night?
One of crewmen told me this morning when I was eating breakfast.
The man who died, he was a friend of mine.
Oh,
That's what we're trying to find out what happened. Did you notice anything unusual last night?
Perhaps you heard something. Perhaps you heard a strange noise, for example? Perhaps people talking? Perhaps the ship was absorbed in a wild tempest. Perhaps its steam engine exploded.
Perhaps everyone on board would have noticed if that had happened?
Miss Pavlova, is there anything you can tell us?
I don't know. I'm sorry, but all I could think about last night was what I had done and whether they would find me. I didn't notice anything that was happening around me.
Oh, I see. Running away. You've run away from your ballet company, haven't you? The Novovich Ballet?
Yes. I am traveling to Great Britain, and from there, I want to go to America. I will never dance again. I want to forget everything about the ballet. I will start a new life.
You wish to forget? A challenging proposition, when you have that striking tiara as a reminder.
But the tiara is mine. I need it to live. I have no money of my own. The Novitz Ballet gives us only a little food and water. And we must dance all over the world. I had to run away. I had no choice. If I stayed, it would have killed me. So you ran away to protect yourself? Yes, and the crew of the ship. They had all been so kind to me. They let me come aboard. They said I could hide in this cabin.
If that is indeed the truth, Miss Pavlova, it creates a most intriguing conundrum.
Yes, it does.
What do you think about it, Mr. Naruhodo?
Me? Oh, well, yes, of course. Conundrum. I think we should hear Miss Pavlova's explanation.
To what conundrum? I'm not sure, but...
The conundrum. Oh.
Miss Pavlova, allow me to propose you a riddle. According to this newspaper, it was only yesterday that you absconded from the ballet. Now, that being the case, it must have been last night that you boarded this vessel. However, the SS Buria stopped by no port last night.
Ah, that's it. Of course.
So, how is it, pray, that you come to be aboard? Now that I think about it, the crewmen outside the cabin acted very strangely when we mentioned that. It was just after we asked him about when the occupant of this cabin came aboard.
That is not your business. Yes, you're right. He did seem to be hiding something.
An angel descended from the heavens, bringing grace and beauty to the stage.
Sorry? What was that?
It is how the Russian newspaper described one of my performances. And that is how I came here too. I descended from the heavens, because I am an angel.
Considering English isn't your mother tongue, your description is very vivid.
Mr. Sholmes once said, I can never resist a touch of the dramatic.
It seems Miss Pavlova is the same. A genius descended from the heavens, bringing grace and beauty to detection. Words once said about myself. A quote from a wonderfully extravagant advertisement for the adventures of Sherlock Holmes, in fact.
Yes, Mr. Shoei. Anyway, it doesn't look like Miss Pavlova is going to tell us what really happened. About your friend. So, the friend you mentioned is inside your traveling case, is that right?
I don't think animals are allowed on board according to the right rule of passage.
Oh, please, don't tell any of the crew. If they found my precious...
Then the burly Russians would have bestirred themselves in unison to throw you and your case overboard, no doubt.
Ah!
So reassuring, Mr. Sholmes.
But what sort of pet is your friend? A little puppy? It is, isn't it?
Maybe an adorable little rabbit?
Ha! You credit Russia as a land of small animals, do you? Oh, don't they have small rabbits there, then? You may well ask. I have no idea. You two are miserable bunglers when it comes to understanding the nature of young ballerina's friends. Isn't it obvious? It must be a chicken. Really? Consider the benefits. A rousing wake-up call, daily fresh eggs, and when an adversary strikes, it can satisfy the needs of sustenance. So you'd eat your friends. I'll remember that. Well, it would appear that this friend's identity is a closely guarded secret, not to be revealed. Ah ha ha ha! She obviously doesn't quite trust us yet. There's something I should like to show her, I think. Maybe she might be able to shed some light on it. Let me see.
Don't touch.
Huh?
I will tell you what I know about last night, but please, you must not touch my things. I had you say, forbid it.
Oh, sorry. As well as you should be, young man. What vulgar manners you have. Poking around in a young lady's private belongings. Neither shall I allow it. Hypocrite. Let's present her the Russian. Miss Pavlova, will you take a look at this?
I don't know. I don't know anything. Mr. Naruhodo, you're frightening the poor girl.
Oh, sorry. I wasn't trying to. This is the diary of my friend who passed away.
His diary?
Yes, and he wrote in it last night before he died. Something a little unusual. It reads, 1:23 a.m. I can hear a faint whistling sound. And then a few minutes later, 1:35 a.m. What looks like some sort of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill.
A speckled band? I don't understand.
It's strange, isn't it? But the ventilator he mentioned joins to this cabin you see. It's up there, on the wall.
In other words, this cabin and the victim's cabin are connected together. Oh! Miss Pavlova? Has something occurred to you? Does the speckled band the victim mentioned mean something to you? Or the whistling sound, perhaps? No. I don't know anything.
Oh. Well, sure be a shame if someone mentioned you to the crew.
Excuse me, Mr. Rulot. Yes, what?
Wow, she's fast.
Captain would like to speak with you. You must come to Captain's quarters at once. Please. Alright. I will come now.
What?
You must leave now.
Oh no, it's fine. Don't mind us.
Yes. Please, don't worry yourself, Mr. Rorlot.
Get out! The passenger said out. Or do you want me to throw you out?
Looks like we'll have to leave and investigating this cabin till later.
What a pity.
And so we lost our chance. Having still not managed to investigate Miss Pavlova's cabin, we were unceremoniously chased out. That's to say, we were quite literally picked up and thrown into the passageway outside. To be continued. The whistling was a snake and the band was a snake. The whistling was a hissing of the snake. Although, does the snake have enough force to, like, bounce around in a carrying case? 9th of January, SS Buria, first class cabin passageway.
I wish we hadn't been thrown out like that.
I wish we managed to find some clue as to what that speckled band might be.
We didn't manage to investigate at all. And I imagine they won't be able to for a while longer. We'll never get past that sailor guarding the door.
He's clearly glaring at us, as if to say, don't even think about it. Oh, wait a minute.
What is it?
Well, what happened to our great detective friend? Where did he go?
Oh, yes. He's completely disappeared.
When did he do that? He slipped away as quietly as the wind, but not before ensuring these were securely back on my wrists. I really wish we had a chance to look around in Miss Pavlova's cabin. What? Why you look like that? You want something? Hmm? Maybe. You want me to throw you out again? Hmm? Oh, no, definitely not that. Next time I have to throw you out, I show you where lobsters spend winter. Understand? Understand. Maybe I should steer clear of him until he's forgotten my face.
I don't think he'll ever forget your face, Naruto-san. That door leads to the second-class area.
It's locked. I can't open it.
No, well, that stands to reason. No one wants to let the murderer escape.
Gosh, she gave me a very stern look when she said that. The book on top of the table there really is huge. There's a pen with it too.
Yes, I'm sure that the ship's locked.
Why is this the same one? Right? Yeah, it's the same notes. Oh, it changed because he wasn't there to react to his backhand compliment. First class cabin number 1. Yes, that's our cabin.
Not our cabin. It's Kazuma-sama's.
Sorry?
Your accommodation is confined to the wardrobe inside the cabin.
You know how to make a stowaway feel small, don't you? As small as the wardrobe I've been calling home. Anyway, I wonder if Inspector Hosonaga has managed to uncover any new clues.
Yes, we should probably find him and ask.
Huh. Not January. As a Bureau. First class cabin number 1. It looks like they're still investigating in here.
Yes, on that subject, I wonder if Inspector Hosonaga is unscathed.
What do you mean, unscathed?
Surely you haven't forgotten, have you, Naruto-san? Don't you remember what he said about allowing you out of this cabin to investigate? He said he was going to talk to the captain about you.
He said he'd lay his life on the line for you.
Oh, yes. But I'm sure he was exaggerating. Let's see what he has to say for himself. He might have some new information for us. You never know. You! Where did you go? Oh, sorry, I just went to the next door cabin to investigate. What? Who gave you permission for this? Well, Seaman Hosonaga did? That new Japanese, was it? Later, I will roll him into a ball and throw him in cold room. Oh boy. Phew, he's gone back to guarding the door.
I hope Inspector Hosonaga doesn't find himself in too much trouble on our account.
He's really gone out of his way to help us, hasn't he? When we get back to Japan, we'll have to take him for a steak at La Carnival.
That could be a very long time from now, Naruhodo-san.
All the books provided for passengers occupying this cabin, neatly arranged on the shelf.
They're all over the place when we first looked around, if you remember.
Oh yes, and you tied them up, didn't you?
You have to look after the ship's property. Unruly behavior in the cabins leads to damage.
But it really wasn't me who knocked them over.
Well, anyway, I feel much better now that they're nearly lined up. I can't relax when things are untidy.
This is where Kazuma spent his final moments, writing his diary.
1:23 a.m. I can hear a faint whistling sound. 1:35 a.m. What looks like some sort of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill.
Looking at his writing here on this page, it's almost impossible to believe that he's gone.
Kazuma-sama left us a valuable clue. In the words, I'm sure of it. We have to solve this mystery, Naruhodo-san.
We will. Oh, you do not look well, Hosonaga-san.
Ah, you're back.
Inspector!
What happened to you? Your face is... Please, don't worry about it. They're just scratches.
Made by a bear, maybe?
When I told the captain I'd given you permission to investigate, he told me he'd pummel me with his fist and then toss me overboard.
What?
But the pummeling was over in a flash, and he must have decided against throwing me overboard. So it was nothing, really.
It looks like he wasn't joking when he said he'd lay his life on the line if he had to.
Well, thanks to your efforts, we now know a little about the neighboring cabin.
Yes,
so I understand. Oh! I bumped into a man claiming to be a great detective a little while ago. I think his name was something like Herlock Sholmes. I don't think he was German, though.
Ah, that explains it.
Shall we compare notes then?
We can tell you what we found out.
Yes, let's do it.
The cabin next door.
What? Nikolina Pavlova? She's in the cabin next door?
Oh, do you know who she is?
Please. What self-respecting ballet fan wouldn't know that graceful angel?
Whoops. Oops. I think I upset him there.
Well, that tells us the neighboring cabin is unrelated to the case, at least.
Oh? How?
Because angels don't go around committing crimes, do they?
Oops. Now I've definitely upset him.
Inspector, has your investigation here proved fruitful? If I'm honest, there's very little more I can do. Our duty is to make sure the scene isn't disturbed, ready to hand over to the Hong Kong police. So I'm just keeping watch here, trying not to keep my eyes off the job. Oh, I see. Ah, there's one thing. I do have a small piece of new information for you.
Oh, what?
Yes, do tell us, Inspector, please.
New information. That's the B button. What is this new information you have, Inspector?
Is this? The Bureau medical officer has finished his examination of the body. I managed to obtain the report.
Oh. Kazuma's post-mortem report?
Kazuma-sama.
So, what was the cause of death?
Damage to the cervical vertebrae is what's written in the report. His neck was broken? Yes, it would seem so. There's no obvious wounds or other signs of injury. So at first, I think they were considering poison. But it turns out they found no trace of poison in his system at all.
Well, what weapon was used then?
Nothing has been found as of yet. But the fact that there are no signs of a wound suggests it may have been a blunt object, something that wouldn't leave a mark.
Oh, I see.
All the body's nerves run through the spine to the brain. A strong enough impact to the neck could induce death. It is a possibility, and no obvious wound would be left.
Poor Kazuma.
I have a second copy of the report. If it might be useful, you're welcome to have it.
Really? Are you sure?
Yes, it's fine. I trust you. After all, if I didn't trust you, I'd never have agreed to you leaving this cabin in the first place, would I?
You're a true man, Hosonaga-san. A true Japanese. Post-mortem report has been entered into the court record. Okay. So I think the snake landed on Kazuma and then quickly choked him. And then as quickly just left. And then someone else, and then what's it? Then Stroganoff went into the room, wrote the message. No, that doesn't make sense. The door was locked, wasn't it? Well, we got the. I'm pretty sure I figured out how the kill happened. Can't really pinpoint how the door got locked afterwards. Or how the Russian got there. Pretty sure the snake doesn't know Russian. Probably. Unless that grate can come off and she's thin enough to climb down. The great detective.
Oh! Mr. Sholmes was here, wasn't he? Yes. He seemed to be enjoying himself a little too much as he crept about on the floor investigating. But then he suddenly left, I suppose he must have become bored.
Did he say anything at all?
Actually, now you mention it, yes. Just one thing. But he practically shouted it. It's shoe polish. Was all he said.
Shoe polish?
I wonder what he meant. It was when he was over there, by the broken piece of glass. Do you see? Ah, perhaps he was talking about this brick-colored mark. Do you think? Ah, yes, that must be it.
But how could Mr. Sholmes know that it's shoe polish?
That leaves me cold, I'm afraid. I have no idea.
What is it, Susawa-san?
Well, Kazuma-sama was wearing leather shoes with a very dark tan hue.
Dark tan? A sort of dark brownish red, then.
Yes, a little like the color of red wine, but darker. I often repaired them for him.
Oh, does this mean that this mark was made by by the polish on Kazuma's shoes that they scuffed on the floor? Mark on floor. A piece of a small glass object and what looks like scuff marks made by Kazuma's shoes were found by the victim's body.
That's really all I can tell you at this stage. I shall return to my post. My fellow crewmen's eyes are boring into the back of my head.
Yes, that might be for the best. Thank you.
Poor Inspector. You look exhausted. Oh, no. Well, I feel terrible that I failed to protect Asogi-san. It was my responsibility. Of course, my pain is nothing compared to yours. You were his friends. The truth is, I seem to have had a heavy head ever since I woke this morning.
A heavy head? That's interesting.
My head's still throbbing too.
I feel like we were definitely drugged. So it's clear that these letters were written with the ink that was somehow spilt on the floor. And they spelled the Russian word for wardrobe.
It does seem to be an unambiguous pointer to you, Naruto-san, as you were sleeping in there.
But to be truly unambiguous, it should have just spelled out my name, don't you think?
Well, either way, one fact remains. It's hard to imagine that Kazuma-sama would have written his last words, or word, in Russian.
Which begs the question of who did write it. So this is the ventilator. So this ventilator joins Miss Pavlova's cabin.
Yes, that's right.
And just a few minutes before he died, Kazuma saw something emerging from it. The speckled band, as he described it.
If only Miss Pavlova had been able to shed some light on it, but she seemed as baffled as we are.
Yes. I wonder if she's telling us everything, though.
I'm not sure.
I know most people aboard would say the same thing about me, but there's something about that woman that didn't sit right with me. I don't know what else I can look at now. I can't present anything. Okay, yeah, no, what they actually ended on. January. As a Buria first class cabin passed away.
Ah! Look, Naruhodo-san. Seaman Stroganoff has gone.
Strong enough?
The burly Russian sailor who's always crossing his arms and glaring at us.
Ugh, all these Russian names are impossible to remember.
Tra-la-la. Did you hear that? It sounded like someone singing. Tra-la-la, lira, lira, lay. I did the great detective way. This caroling. I know that lark-like voice.
Well, never mind that now. This is a golden opportunity for us.
Yes, you're right. We must seize it. Let's get inside Miss Pavlova's cabin while we can and investigate.
Definitely. Before that, Stringy Knot Crewman comes back.
It's Stroganov, not Stringy Knot.
Miss Pavlova isn't back yet. The case is open. Susala-san.
Oh, where's she gone?
Hey, what are you doing? Those are her private things.
There's not a moment to waste, Naruhodo-san. We must investigate as quickly as we can.
I suppose you're right. For Cosmo's sake.
Not just for Kazuma-sama.
What do you mean?
It can't be long now until we arrive at port in Hong Kong. I don't want you to be in those handcuffs when we get there.
Really?
We must solve this case now, Naruhodo-san. By ourselves if we have to.
Yes, we will. All the books have toppled over together. Look, every single one.
Do you think that's the god of the sea, perhaps? He's toppled too, though.
It's exactly the same as the bookcase next door. In Cosmo's cabin.
Perhaps Miss Pavlova was practicing a difficult ballet pose and fell against the bookcase?
I don't know. Would she really be practicing ballet on the same night she ran away from her ballet company?
Alright then. It must have been you. You lost your temper and knocked them all over in a fair rage?
Not everything bad that happens on the ship is because of me, you know.
Well, anyway, I'll set them all straight again. In here, too. I don't like seeing things in disarray. Oh my! Miss Pavlova's case is open.
It's completely empty inside. According to the great detective's great deduction, she was hiding her special friend in there.
Yes, a friend that she had to keep secret.
because you're not allowed to bring animals aboard the SS Burra. I wonder what kind of animal she had in there. And more to the point, where is it now?
I wonder what this little saucer is doing on the floor.
Yes, it doesn't look like it's been dropped. More like it was put there deliberately.
Ah, do you think that could have been a leak in the roof just above here?
What? A leak?
Is this ship quite safe?
I'm sure that even if there's a little leak in the roof, it doesn't mean the whole ship is going to sink.
No, you're right. Of course you're right.
She's really trying to persuade herself, isn't she?
It would seem this teapot is empty.
So the natural conclusion is that the Russians are a very thirsty people.
Or because Miss Pavlova only came into this cabin last night. She hasn't had the chance to make any tea yet. I mean, it could be either.
It's definitely that they're excessively thirsty. I'd lay 1,000 to 1 on it.
You're rather obstinate, aren't you, Naruhodo-san?
You know, coming from the person who kept declaring that I was guilty. Even though my best friend had just died. Ah yes, there's blade in this cabin too. Look, the SS Burra's rule of passage. Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their cabins. Pets are also strictly forbidden.
I suppose Miss Pavlova has realized that she needed to keep the contents of her case a secret after she read this. Her special friend, I mean.
I wonder where her friend has disappeared to now. She's probably having fun exploring the ship, I imagine.
I just hope Seaman Stroganoff doesn't find it and throw it overboard.
Oh, yes. So I.
Naruhodo-san, are you there?
Sorry? I'm right here. Yes? Why?
Oh, good. I thought you might have climbed into the wardrobe when I wasn't looking. There's no place like home.
Believe me, I don't have some strange compulsion to jump inside every wardrobe I see, you know.
Well, anyway, I'm not sure anyone could fit inside this one. It's full of beautiful outfits. I suppose they're all stage costumes.
I was rather hoping we might find Miss Pavlova's friend hiding in there, but no such luck. So this ventilator connects to Kazuma's cabin next door.
Yes, although what a fool a shipbuilder must be to open a ventilator into another room.
Ah, maybe. So that if there's a gas leak next door, the occupant of this cabin would notice and raise the alarm.
Or the occupants of both cabins would die of gas poisoning.
That is a possibility. Anyway, last night, Kazuma wrote that he saw a speckled band coming out of this ventilator. There's one of these next to the bed in Kazuma's cabin, too.
Yes, it's a bell cord. I can't resist.
Jesus Christ, woman! She barely hesitated there, and she gave it a good tug, too!
No, I didn't actually expect anyone to come.
We don't want them to! We're trying to investigate in secret! Why can't I look at this bag? Like, this cabin has the same simple sort of bolted latch that our cabin door has. It's both drawn across. There's no way anybody could enter the cabin from outside.
Yes, it's not a particularly heavy-duty bolt, is it? But still,
it wouldn't slide across of its own accord, would it? No, and the door is made of metal, so there's no chance of trickery using magnets to unbolt it from the outside. And it seals up perfectly too, to stop any seawater coming in. So you couldn't use the method you told me of passing a thread through a crack around the closed door either. I seem to know a lot of tricks for opening doors. I'm starting to see why they suspect me. There's just a few books on the desk. Nothing else by the looks of it.
Well, Miss Pavlova only ran away from the ballet last night. She's hardly occupied this cabin for any time at all.
That's true. I wonder what kind of books she likes to read.
Let me see. Yes, I see. It would seem that Miss Pavlova enjoys reading books written in Russian.
Thanks. I think I probably already knew that.
It's rude to ask too much of people, Naruto-san. Kindly remember that.
Well, yeah, you could have just not answered.
I suppose every cabin has a waste paper basket.
Shall we have a little look and see what's been thrown away?
Naruto-san, it's poor etiquette to go sifting through someone's rubbish, you know.
Ugh, those eyes. She's looking at me like I'm a piece of rubbish now.
However, these are special circumstances, I think.
Exactly! We have no choice! There's hardly anything in here at all.
Oh, well, that's a little disappointing.
Well, we search everywhere in here. Can't find our little friend. So it probably escaped. Let's check back out in the passageway. Maybe we can catch it. Oh, God! It's gonna grab me. Well, we'll talk to them next time. Because it's time to end the stream. Was he always there? Did I just miss him last time? Alright. So we're getting clues. There's a pet snake on the loose. Cosmo's killed via a broken spine. But we still have no idea how someone was able to write down wardrobe. Yeah, that's pretty much it. We just gotta figure out who wrote down wardrobe. I'm pretty sure it's Miss Pavlova breaking through. We haven't checked if the grate can be removed yet. That's pretty obvious. That's an obvious sign usually. So we shall see. Until then, thank you everyone who joined me today, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.